It is Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Thank you for being here on Snow Bros. Some of the coldest air of the winter is going to move in. I want to cover, of course, the wind chills, but the actual air temperatures, the practicality behind it. You're thinking about your pipes, things like that. We'll cover some of those numbers in this video. It is this pocket of cold air that's going to be surging in. Of course, it's winter. We expect it to be cold. It has been really cold at times, even below average, but another shot moving in. And for some of us, this will be the coldest we've seen so far this winter. Now you can see everything kind of just how it shakes up, kind of all of this diving down right in through here. And you see we're going to get a couple of clipper systems. It's already been cold in many locations, and we're going to see another area kind of diving down from the north that will be sliding by, and that is going to bring us not only those wind chills, but just simply the actual temperatures on the cold side and a couple shots of snow. So I want to cover that as well. Let's start with that and show you what's happening. We have this one front right in through here. I mentioned that in yesterday's video. Southern Virginia back through North Carolina. We're not looking at any high totals, but we could get a little mixing or a little bit of snow moving in before some of this energy moves off. This is the first area. Some scattered showers tomorrow back through Florida. That's with that colder air diving all the way down to the south. But here's what's going on. So this presses away, even away from the Atlantic region of Canada, the first area. Then we get a couple clipper systems moving in. That snow, Toronto back through Detroit, moving through Ohio. You see Pennsylvania back through West Virginia. This is our Friday afternoon. Again, clipper system, not looking at high totals, not a lot of moisture, fast moving, always keeping it in perspective on this channel. But you see anywhere from Altoona, Johnstown, back through Charleston, Dunbar, some of those scattered showers, quick shots of snow that will be moving in. And then as we work our way into our Saturday, this kind of presses off. It may clip the Cape as we work our way forward, watching southern sections of Maine, coastal Maine, keeping an eye on New Hampshire, in the eastern half of Mass as we get back toward the Cape and the Islands with that chance of some of the moisture. And then it kind of stays away as a whole from the Atlantic region of Canada. But you see another clipper system moving in, just reinforcing that shot of some of that colder air. And with these, I'll put out some additional updates as we go forward. If you are subscribed to this channel, Matt and I will put out those additional updates and you'll get those first. Now let's cover some of those temperatures, what we could expect as we go forward. These are the actual air temps, so kind of what you need to prepare for if you have just thinking about your home. So we're going to be down just a little bit below zero. We get back through parts of Rhode Island, so we're watching Providence, and then we get back towards Springfield. We're going to be down to about 5 or 6 below, about 11 below as we work our way back toward Albany. Northern sections of New York, we get back toward Ottawa, we're pushing about 30 below with the actual air temps. We get back through Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, about 15 below. But as we get back through Connecticut, a little bit less, but still very cold. Hartford, for example, we could be about 3 below over toward Manchester, and then watching over toward Long Island, actual air temps could be anywhere from the low single digits to about 8, 9, 10 degrees. So just to give you a feel of some of those actual air temps. We flip over, I mentioned with these clipper systems moving by, we get some of the strong winds. And yeah, this is a dangerous wind chill factor, nothing you haven't seen before, but this is going to be the actual air temps and the wind chill. Some of the coldest stuff we've seen so far this year. You get a handle northern sections again where it could be about 35 below. That's not the actual air temp, that is the wind chill. About 15 below with the wind chill. Martha's Vineyard back through Falmouth, and about 20 below as we work our way back toward anywhere from New York City over toward Summit, even up toward Albany. We could be about 25 below with that wind chill. Let me shift to the south now. These are the actual air temps again, right near Philly by the time we get into Sunday morning. I should have highlighted that earlier. Again, this is Sunday morning, that's why I have that timestamp there, about 0 as we work our way back toward Philly. We work our way over towards, say, Penn State, for example, about 10 below with the actual air temp. So this gives you a feel. Back toward D.C., running at about 10 to 12. We get back into the teens as we work our way toward Delmarva to give you a feel of how cold it's going to be. We factor in the winds Sunday morning. It'll feel close to 20 below, 15 to about 20 below throughout much of Pennsylvania and parts of New Jersey, especially a little bit closer to northern sections in the Poconos. We get back toward the shore, South Jersey, for example, running at about 5 to 10 below with the wind chills. Get over toward Long Island, we're about 15 below to give you a feel of the actual air temps and what we're going to be dealing with those wind chills. Now, as far as snow goes, we're looking at that one little front moving by today, not a lot of snow, watching some nuisance and stuff as we get back toward the Carolinas. This is a total that takes us through the weekend into early next week, right? This is the European model. We don't just rely on one model. Matt and I look at all of them behind the scenes, but this gives us a feel. There's not a whole lot. You get over towards Snowshoe, may get about 4 to 5 inches of some snow as we go through the weekend into early next week. Just watching out for a little bit of mixing, especially northern sections of North Carolina, Delmarva, back through Virginia, the rest of Maryland, Delaware. We could see some spots that get brushed by some snow showers, but over toward Dover, for example, Rehoboth, we're not looking at any big totals across parts of Delaware. You see as we work our way to parts of New York, 3 to about 4 inches, but as we work our way back toward New England, not much at all for the most part. We'll keep an eye on the Cape where we may get brushed by a couple more of those snow showers. In northern New England where we could get about 2 to 3 inches. And these clipper systems, kind of classic, anywhere from about 2 to 4 inches, a little bit higher, of course, as we work our way back toward West Virginia. So you're over toward Pittsburgh, for example, western PA, we may get some spots of about 2 to 3 inches of some of the snow. And then keep an eye on the Atlantic region of Canada. For the most part, everything's been looking to stay to the south. So we'll watch that. Avalon Peninsula, we could get clipped by a little bit more. But the snow totals themselves, not super high. The actual air temps, that's going to be the concern as we work our way through the weekend. So the coldest air of the season so far, some of those extreme wind chills, no doubt, it does make it tough if you have to be outside for a while when you're dealing with some of those wind chills. That could be as low as about 35 below with the winds. And the actual air temps cold enough, running in the single digits or even below zero. A couple of those quick shots of snow. Now, like last month, and Matt and I look ahead, we are noting that later in January would be more active, and it was. And it's looking like later in February it could be more active with some bigger systems forming. Meantime, the clipper systems, but it looks to be more of an active end of the month with potentially some bigger systems. Things kind of happen in cycles as you go through the season. So we'll keep you posted on that. Thank you for being part of Snow Bros. Hope you have a really good Wednesday ahead.